Yo.
What's up, chat? What's up, stream? Tony, my window's like floating out of frame. Also, my voice output's real weird. What might be Christina?
What?
I don't know, I'm listening to the stream monitor, and it sounds like my voice is coming through you, but also something else really weird.
I just hit mute on something. Did that fix it?
Yeah, that fixed it.
I think it is Christina, though.
It's okay. It's okay. We're not professional streamers, chat. We are chill vibes only. He just wants to be on camera. Just put him in there. Sorry. You said bro. So do I.
Christina, check your Skype input setting and make sure it's set to the right thing.
Am I good?
I think it might seem better, yeah.
You sound fine to me. I'm not listening to the stream, so.
Alright, well, here you go, chat. Here's a donut. We dancing. We're dancing. What? Okay, that's enough.
Nice. So chat, what we're doing today, I'm going to... Oh, we got crazy echoes. So I have been thinking a lot about like what a splash screen looks like in VR, and what I mean by that is, you know, when you play a game, you have this little like thing that pops up and it says like Havoc Physics or, you know, Unreal Engine or, you know, fucking studio logo, whatever. Sounds better now, Tony.
I think she's muted again, though.
What's that?
I think she's muted again, though. I turned that channel off because...
Yeah, Christina, you're just muted on stream, that's all.
Yeah, because anytime any of us make noise, her thing just lights up. Did you check your Skype input? Because it seems like maybe it's just picking up like everything that's coming out of your speakers or something.
Yeah, I feel like the Skype input is probably your laptop microphone and not your HyperX.
Because your Discord sounds fine, but I can see anytime I'm talking, your level goes up, and anytime Vince talks, your level goes up.
Sorry, Shitty, got technical issues, but we're getting them, and we'll be okay. Nah, you're okay.
Check.
I can't hear you on stream, but I
No,
don't know.
Doesn't look like it. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, Christina, never unplug or move anything. That's how they get you. Nah, you're good, dude. So yeah, chat. While we're trying to figure this out, what I'm working on today, I've been thinking about what a splash screen looks like in VR, and I think VR has some really cool moments. So if you play like any of the Valve things, you get dropped into a like a full wraparound VR level, and that's kind of like their splash. So it's like boom, and you got like to do with the valve, you know, the little twisty guy, that you use for water. Jeez, man, words today. That thing is like in the dude's fucking eyeball, and it's like at a guy's face right there, right? Like, so the stream title is "What if we made a Fractal Grove?" So I talked to Tony about this, and we thought it'd be really cool if when you load into our games, especially in VR, you load into like a fractal grove for a couple seconds. And you can like look around and be like, oh, that's neat. And then it like unloads, and then you know, get into the main menu for the game and shit. So I'm going to take a stab at building a fractal grove today on stream. I'm just going to use blockout tools. I'm going to show you guys a bit of the process, like where, yes, it is a valve. I know. I was like, it's like a valve, but I want a different word, and I could not get any synonyms to like come out of my mouth. So yeah. So back to this fractal grove thing. I'm going to use the blockout tools. I'm going to create a new level. Yeah, all those bits. I think it is legitimately a valve shooting, and I just cannot. Yeah, the faucet is like the thing where the water comes out of. Yeah, that's the same with the spigot. Yeah, so I don't even know, bro. Oh, here, one more thing for you guys, chat. I'm wearing my clouded hoodie today. I don't even know if y'all can see that, but oh, there we go. It worked. Cool. Sick. So I got this hoodie at the Xbox 360 launch event in Palmdale, California. Wait, what are you saying, Artificial Sky? I don't even know what that means. But yeah, so I got this clouded hoodie. It's pretty old. It's delicate. I love it. It's basically just a nice Adidas hoodie, but you can't get any more of these. Every person who attended the event got one of these hoodies. I've got that. It was actually the first time. So I've met Adam Sessler of G4, Attack of the Show, whatever fame, several times in my life, just making video games. And when I met Adam Sessler this time, this is the first time, I did not make video games yet, and I was just a guy at the show having a good time. I was in the beer tent, and my friend was talking to Adam Sessler. We were ordering beers, and I don't know who this guy is. So I just go like, I look at him, and they're like chatting about like something, like European football scores. Oh shit! Echoes back.
Yeah, I just unmuted her again.
Okay, cool. No worries. So they're chatting about like something like that, right? And I'm just like bored of the conversation. I have no idea who this dude is. My friend is like super starstruck. He's like, "Oh, this is sick. We're gonna become best friends." He's like, "I'm gonna meet more web, get her phone number, and like date and all that shit." And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, bro." So I just walk up and I look at him, and I'm like, "These guys are interested in a conversation that I have no interest in." So I go, "Hey, bro, where's your sweatshirt?" I say to Adam Sessler, interrupting, and he just turns and looks at me. He goes, "What sweatshirt?" And I show him my hand, and I like point at him, and I go, "We got sweatshirts." I was like, "You get one?" He goes, "Oh, I got a sweatshirt." And then he just turns around and walks away. My friend's like, "You idiot!" He's like, "What did you do?" He's like, "You ruined it. I was this close to Morgan Webb." And I'm like, "No, you weren't. You're talking to Adam Sessler." Also, who the fuck is Morgan Webb? Get out of here. So I met Adam Sessler several more times. Reminded him of that story, which was great because I just made the situation awkward again. He's like, "I don't remember that. Sounds like that was a weird interaction." And you're making a weird interaction right now. And I was like, "Yeah, whatever, bro. That's just how I do." It's fucking great. Yeah, so that's the story behind this hoodie. But I think it's really cool. It's really special. It also came with, there's a limited edition faceplate I got for the Xbox 360 that was handmade. Every single one's unique, which is really cool. It's the same art style as the 0 Hour Brain. And so was the gamer tag avatar emblem kits or whatever that they launched. You know, file picture for your gamer tag on Xbox. That is also special, and it's the 0 logo on the back of here. So I've been using that since I had an Xbox Live account. Got that. So I don't know how many years now. This is probably like 15 years or something. Oh, let's see if I can find this faceplate, chat. I think it's over here.
realize I need to come to stream with like some gaming memorabilia on deck, show off like you always do.
Yeah, dude, I got like hella fucking.
Oh yeah, I got boxes upstairs. I never think to bring it out.
Cat loves this stuff. Oh, look at that dope ass thing.
Oh, I do have one. Christina and I were talking about it the other day. I saw this tweet, and it was like this ADHD life hack. And this person said that they would put on a Mario hat anytime that they had to do chores because they couldn't put their computer headset on over the Mario hat. And so when they would get like distracted and just like end up getting back on the computer and like not do the chores that they were supposed to do, since they were wearing the hat, they would go to put the headset on. And it would be like, oh no, wait, I gotta go finish the chores first. And I was laughing because I have the hat from the picture. It's like right over there.
That's amazing. Yeah, please put it on. Yeah, exactly, Shooty. I think he was jelly of the sweater. He wasn't wearing it, and I was like, bro, this shit is sick. And he's like, get the fuck out of my face, nerd. Hell yeah, Tony. Yeah, I won't be asking him how the G4 relaunch went because that will hurt his feelings. That's some pretty spicy. Oh, I think I remember where it is. Hold on.
I believe that Adam Sussler was actually pretty vocal during that whole process about how they really messed it up, and he was not on board with what they were doing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I recall that. So this is the limited edition Xbox 360 faceplate. Obviously, I do not have it on an Xbox because this is hand painted, and it's very delicate. Like you can feel the paint on the thing. So I just keep it piece of memorabilia in a drawer. I've got an Xbox somewhere that I can put it on if I want to. Yeah.
They did cool stuff with all that during the 360 era that didn't really stick around. Hold on, I can unmute you. Vince, don't talk, and then there won't be an echo. Hold on.
This little planter guy.
Oh man, she's dying
shit.
again.
Christina's internet just exploded too. So that is Groot. She called him a little planter man, which I also am okay with. He's a little planter man. Christina's like, I can't understand what you're saying. Oh, there she is. She's back. Sorry, you couldn't hear her chat. She goes, I know his name is Groot. Yeah, she's typing it in chat.
You might just have to be chat only here for a little bit.
Yeah, that's okay. Sorry, Christina. I know this is a huge pain in the ass for you, so I would say don't worry about it if you don't want to. You know, you can hang out and chat if you want to, but we can solve all this stuff off stream. Get you all squared away. Yeah. So, what do you think? Should we just crack into some level design? Crack straight into it. Let's crack straight into it.
I got some stuff I could show off first if you want to, and then I can just kind of hand it over to you for the rest of the time if you want.
Yeah, bro, go for it. Let's see what. Oh yeah, Tony's been working on.
I just have all my like crazy particle things I've been doing that I figured I would show off since nobody has really seen them yet. Let me see.
You've been in the kitchen. Keep cooking.
Yes. All right. So I say it like I'm ready, and I'm not.
It's all good. Professional streamers, bro.
Yeah, totally. Here we go. There it is. Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, I was just going to show some of the neighbor grid particle sim experiments that I've been working on since the last stream, because I was kind of talking about them last Wednesday, and I've gotten kind of addicted to this stuff and been basically messing around with it ever since. This is one of the first ones that I had set up after that. It's not really behaving the same way that it was when I had recorded some stuff that I posted on Twitter, but this was just an initial, like, kind of trying to get my hands around how it worked and how to make it behave better. I actually, when this was working, had it so that they're not just exploding when they touch each other like they are now. it might behave a little better when I'm actually playing. That was just what happens while you're in the level because it's always firing. But yeah, so this one's just kind of bursting out a lot of particles. Yeah, you can see they behave a little better when I'm actually without the sim running, but they will start to kind of explode when you get too many in one area, and that's because of the way that the neighbor grid works. But I have some other cool spots like, let's see, this one right here. That I posted a video of this one on Twitter as well. This one looks pretty cool. I made these like feed shoots. Again, I've been messing with settings a lot, so it seems like maybe some stuff is broken now, but I had filled this entire space basically with the particles. I got it up to like 100,000 and made some really cool kind of like renderings of it. There's real-time recordings of the screen. I think I have the particles smaller in here right now than I did before, but it's been a really cool process, and I've learned a lot about how to use Niagara and kind of make these things do what I want them to do and all of that. So that's been really fun. I can just kind of sit and like stare at them bouncing into each other and, you know, behaving realistically all day. I think it's really interesting. The last one that I made, though, was last night. I was just messing around with kind of getting back to the coin pusher concept, which is the entire reason that I started doing this in the first place, is I want to take our coin pusher and make the coins into these particles so that everything will be a lot more performant than it is right now. And yeah, I just put this one together, and if you let it run for a while, it fills up and then they start spilling over the end, and that's kind of the idea. We want to do a lot of more interesting, you know, Rube Goldberg type contraptions and stuff like that with this eventually. But
yeah, imagine like a marble race, but with nanite particles and all kinds of other shit. Like Tony and I talked about that a bunch this week, and like some of the cool things that we could do and like what we're thinking would be fun to do. Also, Omni likes your hat, Tony. He said specifically, "Oh my God, I love the hat."
We were talking earlier, Christina and I, who are both, you know, high-end ADHD, saw this life hack on Twitter where a person said that they would put on a Mario hat when they had to do chores, because when they would get distracted and end up like trying to get back on the computer and play video games when they hadn't finished their chores yet, the hat wouldn't let them put their headset on, and when they would try to put their headset on, it would like remind them to go do their chores. And we were laughing because I was like, oh, I actually have that hat right here. So there you go. ADHD life hacks for anybody who requires them.
It's clutch. That's good shit. That's awesome.
But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been working on here. The last thing that I have real quick, I was just gonna let this fill up a little more, but it does look pretty cool. They kind of start behaving like a liquid almost at a point, especially when they're kind of in a contained space. There's like a little lip on the front here that keeps them from spilling over until they're completely full. But yeah, the last thing that I've been working on with this is I've wanted to be able to kind of control what's going on with the particle system here. And that requires knowing where all the particles are at all times, being able to create new ones at will, being able to remove them at will, and so on and so forth. And so I have a little prototype here that I've started setting up where I just made these little like AI things. And the idea is that they go and they find a random particle and they pick it up and they carry it over into the chute and they deposit it. And each time they pick one up, what's actually happening is I'm just deleting the particle, and then they come over here and I spawn a new one. But this is all kind of coming out of the same neighbor grid system, and they're all, again, physically simulated and, you know, do all of the stuff that they're supposed to do. But rather than using static meshes, which would be a lot more heavy on the performance, we can just kind of rely on a particle system for almost everything. And that takes a lot of that stuff and kind of allows the GPU to process it more efficiently, basically. So this is a very early prototype, but this is kind of the type of thing that we need to be able to do in order to turn this into the coin pusher and be able to spawn coins where we want them to at will, and to know when they fall off and what to do with them, and so on and so forth. And we have some, you know, interesting ideas that kind of follow the same pattern as well that we might explore at some point too. So
yeah, it's this shit's really fun. It's super cool stuff.
So yeah, that's probably about all I got. So I can pass it over to you now. I just wanted to show off that stuff I've been working on.
Fuck yeah, Orbeez simulator, bro.
There you go.
Cool. Well, whenever you're ready, you can get over here and I can make a level and get that thing going. Which level should I copy, Tony?
The menu one is probably fine.
Okay. We'll call this. Whoa, that was a crazy echo. We'll go. What was this called? Grove? Yeah. Grive. All right, we made the Grove level. We've got it marked for add. I'm not going to show you guys my perforce. Sick. All right, cool. That's all connected. We're good to go. We got our new level. It's called El Grove. El Grove. Let's see here. And I should be able to sim this. I think this is going to break, so I'm going to just try this and see what it does to the stream. Yeah, just says stream paused. Okay, cool. And it should be back. All right, cool. Perfect. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to do as I'm like building out this. Oh, Shooty has a question about the GPU particles. If you want to talk about that real quick.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily move it from the CPU to the GPU. It's more that the way that a particle sim works is more efficient for the GPU in certain ways, but there's also some like drawbacks and downsides generally. One of the cool things about the new system is that we get collisions between the particles and we get collisions with the particles with stuff that is not in the particle system, and those are kind of the new things that weren't really possible in the past at a level that was performant enough to use. And so it's not just kind of like we move from CPU to GPU, so it's better. It's just like a different kind of way of handling stuff that is a lot different from, I guess, the way that you would normally do it, and the way that you would normally do it is less performant.
I'm not going to check in any changes to the GeoGame mode shit. Just double check and make sure I didn't check anything out. No. Okay, we're good. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to start blocking out some space. And I need to go, okay, BP game mode is flat. Let's go with be our character. Cool, that should be good to go. Change this thing over to, why can't I VR preview now?
You just don't have the option.
Yeah, this is grayed out.
That's generally because the project can't tell that you have a headset connected that you can preview with.
I see.
You might have to restart the project with the headset connected for that to turn on. I'm not sure if it'll just turn on or not.
Just gonna try my Airlink real quick. We'll go here. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, chat, is I put my headset on because what I want to do is see what this looks like in VR. So I can do flat stuff in Unreal, and that's really normal. But oh, come on, why are you not fucking working now? Oh, dude, did the app just update? God damn it, don't do that. We did all this shit before stream chat, and it was like, cool, this all works. And I was like, all right, we're good to go. I'm just gonna fucking do editor things on stream in Questlink, and it's gonna be fine. And now it's just like, nah, you need to update all the software now. I don't know why. It literally, I'm looking at it right now, and it just says I need an update. It worked 10 minutes ago and didn't need an update because I connected to the fucking internet. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna continue to rant for a moment and then get mad at this. Work, you piece of shit. I might have to kill the Oculus app. Oh, are you gonna work now? Hey. Oh, you know what? I just realized Airlink might be hella mad because we are streaming. But I don't know if that's true or not. All right, so get me in pass through. Do this. All right, cool. VR preview is available. We hit that. So this should stop for you guys. You won't be able to see what I'm doing. But for me, go back to Quest Link. I'm in VR and this looks fucking scuffed to all hell. But it's okay. We're going to be fine, chat. So let's do this again. Oh, it's because lighting needs to be built. So we'll get back out of here so you guys can see what's going on. And take this off. All right, cool. We're back. We're back in business, chat. So I'm going to start building this, and then I'm going to, when I get to the point where I want to test it and see like what scale is like and shit, which would be pretty quick, then I will like flip it back over to the VR view and change my screen share so you can see what I see in VR. It's going to be lower quality. We've never done this before. We're trying it. Hopefully it's cool. All right, so we got blockout tools.
Real quick, over on the right side, under where you set the VR character, turn the player controller and game state and player state to like default.
I don't. What's default called?
It'll just be player controller, game state, player state. That'll just prevent any of the GeoGuessr logic from like throwing errors or anything while you're trying to do what you're trying to do.
Cool. All right. So we got this thing. Let me, real quick, 1 second. I gotta plug in my headset so it doesn't die.
My echo better now? I think I figured it out.
Maybe I'm talking.
Okay, check.
Hold on.
Am I still fucking it up?
I don't know if we have you in chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you right now. Hold on.
I don't hear an echo though through Discord for what it's worth. Discord and Skype.
Okay, I think I figured it out.
Nice.
I had to use Skype. But I also moved downstairs, so I'm sitting right next to my router, so hopefully I don't lose internet again.
Hell yeah. Okay. How the fuck does a tree look like? You know what I need? I'm gonna go ahead and get our website up as reference for me over here. That website is fractalgrove.com. I'm gonna go ahead and drop our link tree so any of you who want to go check it out can see that.
You may want to consider looking at setting it pure ref too. It's very helpful when I do stuff like this. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go with, give me a nice big cylindre. I'll throw the sucker in here. So I want to pull these doodads out of the way for me here. And I don't want them. There we go. Just slide the sucker over here. Oh, one of these is a light.
If you click on it and go to details, you can go to something scale, and you can turn the scale of those things that appear in the editor down to 0, and then you can't see them anymore, which is nice.
Sweet. I think I'm okay. Let's do that. Do you know where the handle is on the cylinder for blockout?
It doesn't have the stretchy handle. You just have to use the properties and the details.
Got it.
Of a cylinder for whatever reason.
Awesome. They just didn't hook it up to that. I mean, we could.
No, cylinders are like a weird. I was reading about this. Cylinders are a thing where in a lot of 3D engines, there is a quote unquote primitive for a cube, a triangular prism, a cylinder, and like a few other shapes, and they kind of derive everything from those. And the 3D engine that Unreal uses does not have a cylinder primitive. So it's like derived from tries or something. And that causes a lot of really weird issues with cylinders in Unreal Engine that I had never known about until recently.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. I'm just guessing here when we were about this big. That so I think I want to make this sucker like Gigantor. 300 is not gonna be enough. Let's go like 1,000.
There should be a Manny in the content folder if you need like a scale reference too.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so we're kind of chilling like that. That looks good. Want some low bows. So let's do this. Actually, you know what, chat? We're gonna go to a flat view. And let's do a side view. Or front. Front might be pretty good. Let's change this to front. Cool. So this is just going to be easier to add like, branches and shit and try to like replicate the logo because I'm just in 2D right now. So yeah, so that'll be cool. I'm going to scooch this off to the side so I have a little cleaner space to work in. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I think this might be we'll go like right about here. So we're like 5 tall, so that's about half height. Let's just go to 500. Okay, cool. So that's what I'm going to do, and then we'll duplicate this thing. Put that above it. So right at this marker, the reason I did that is because I want to now make the lower part of the branches come out here. And let's do like, fuck it. We'll just grab one of these again. Get rid of the old rotato. All right, let's go back to here. All right, top view. Move that over there. Okay, cool. All right, we're kind of in business here now. We got those at least aligned where we want them to be. Let's go back to our perspective view. Drop down here. Look up at tree. Okay. That's kind of feeling all right. I think I want the branch to be there, but I want it to like curve down a bit. So we'll get that going. All right, so this sucker needs to be let's go with like a height of 300 for this. Yeah, that's looking good. I hit Control S to save. You should save all the time. Your tools like to explode and crash. There's nothing
You should show them save on compile. That's one that I don't know why isn't just turned on by default.
Unreal's not going to show me because I'm the way I'm
Oh,
sharing
that's
the screen.
All right.
But
Well, on the compile button on a blueprint, there's a little ... next to that, and if you click on that, there's a menu option that says save on compile, and when you hover over it to the right, you can select always, and that will just save your ass so much, because if you don't have that turned on, you can actually compile your blueprint, test your game, everything works great, and then if you close your project and don't save, those changes actually won't even be there again when you open it, and that is really weird and kind of will like break your brain. And I guess there's probably a situation where you might not want to save something that you compile for testing reasons, but I've barely ever run into that situation in my entire life. So
yeah, it's a huge trap. You don't want to. Yeah, it catches everyone out. So just double check it, triple check it, make it a part of your workflow every time you do a new project. Just make sure you have save on compile. I don't know, like Tony said, I agree. I'm not sure what circumstance under which you would ever want to save without compiling or compile without saving. It just seems weird. It's just gonna be better to compile and save at the same time for most use cases. So yeah, that's very good advice. So one thing I'm gonna do here, we're gonna go back to this view. I want this to be on one of the flat faces of the cylinder, so I'm gonna give this a little bit of stank angle. Actually, that's kind of neat. I kind of like how that looks where they're offset from each other. Let's see how she looks in perspective view. So another thing about this chat is as I'm making these, this tree trunk and all these these little bits for the tree, doodads and whatnot. This is blockout. So this is not like good final art intentionally. It's not supposed to be. So what I'm aiming at doing here is, and let's rotate this guy back. Go here. We want this one back to this view. I wanted to rotate this guy that way because I think this looks a little cooler. This might look kind of janky. Yeah, let's go back up here. So it looks like light on it. It does look janky. I don't really like that. All right, we're gonna make a match. Cool. All right, so we got those things. We got this guy. And I need to make this a little thinner. Scooch those guys. Oh my god, why is this snap fucking fucked?
If you set the values in the location in the details to like flat values, then the snap will go back to flat values. Because otherwise you're just offsetting like your crazy decimal numbers by 10 or something every time.
Rotation 5, we'll go back to 10 on that. We'll go snap 5. That'll probably do it. It's close. We need like snap by 2. That's fine. We're fine. That's fine. All right, then we'll go here. Grab this fucking thing. We need to shrink the radius by, let's try 30. Eyeball that. See if that's good. Oh, perfect. Every time. So I was fussing with that a little bit, chat. We don't need to be that specific. Remember, we're just doing blackout here. So this is the approximation of a tree. And the first branch, I got about the right height that I want the first branch to be at. So now we're going to go back to side view again, and I'm going to show you kind of the next thing I'm thinking. Yeah, we want this one. And we'll take this guy and we'll reduce this down to, let's go with 200. We'll duplicate this out. My snaps are all fucked again. We'll go with 5s, sure. Oh, of course I fucked it up. Bruh.
You got to set the value on the Y to 0 in the location. There you go.
And we're going here. So we'll grab this thing, pull that out to there. All right, so, and then I was thinking of giving it a little bit of that. We don't care about Z fighting either. So it's totally gonna be okay. Z fighting is when the materials get really weird, when like the geo overlaps and like kind of clips into other geo. So that's if you see like flickering on the materials in any game or anything like that, that's called Z fighting. What it means is that two faces of a mesh occupy the same space and the software doesn't know which material to show on top of the other, so they flicker back and forth, and both take priority. So Z-fighting is something that you can fix. So Z-fighting is something that you need to fix. It's not super crazy. To do that, it's just tedious work. So yeah, it's polishing past stuff that gets done at the end. Okay, this looks kind of good to me. Let's go see what she looks like in this view. All right, cool. And then we're going to grab these, duplicate them shits. We're going to go back to this view. Yeah, whatever. We'll fix that in a second. Go here. Need to go to top. All right, and what we got was this weird, fucked up cross-looking thing. But so if you look at our logo, what I'm doing is doing the bottom parts of the tree. So we've got the middle part, then the bottom parts. This probably needs to actually go up to like 700. Yeah, that's looking a little bit better. Cool. And then let's finish the rest of these boughs here. So now we're going to go back into front view. I think I'm going to want to duplicate this guy again. We'll just pull this out over here. Change my snaps back to 10. And this should probably be like 100. We want the bottom to match up. Okay, and then I'm going to duplicate this again. Pull this sucker out over here. We'll make this a 200. A little bit of a rotate. What's my angle like on this thing? Some kind of 99 type shit. All right, that's fine. We're getting closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's like 1 measurement there, and like 1 and some change vertically. Okay, so we're kind of at 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. This needs to get up to like 10, I think. So let's go to 1,000. So what I'm doing is just a little bit of math, just trying to make sure my scales are all right, so that I'm like kind of close to the same approximation of what we're going to get with the logo and like the scale of the logo, the horizontal dimensions and the vertical dimensions, and like how that's split up. So I'm trying to just kind of get close to that. This isn't an exact. I'm not trying to be exact here because I'm making an organic shape. I'm trying to make what I think of as like a cool blackout to be like, this is a representation of a tree. And I'm using our logo as the, the main thing here. I'm going to leave these, but I'm probably going to end up deleting them and then just copying this language and mirroring it back to the other way like I did previously. Just letting you guys know that. So I'm going to grab this thing. I want this little guy again. Let's pull this little guy over here. And then let's see. It almost comes all the way down. Yeah. So we need to get to like here with the lowest parts of the boughs to really match our logo. And I think I do one more, Let's just do one more little guy here. And I think that will be it. And then we'll mirror this shape language over to the other side. Oops. Yeah, it's looking good to me. So we'll get this one, this one. Let's get rid of these guys. Grab all of these fucking things. And we will duplicate these, swang them over here, go back to this. Let's go to the, what was it, top view? Yeah, top view is the way to go. This whole motherfucker, flip it 180. Pull this thing that way. Shit, I can't remember how to change the location of my widget, Tony. Do you remember that?
Do you want to do it temporarily or permanently?
I just want to move my widget so that it's not all the way down at the bottom of my screen, and I want to line up this edge, so I want to move my widget so it's up there.
I think you just middle mouse drag it then.
That is a measuring
You
tool.
may have to be in perspective to do it, though. Oh, there you go.
Perfect. Okay, so that's a useful tip. When you get into the situation, because I had multiple objects selected, the last object you select will be the one that the widget generates on. The widget is these two. Oh, I slapped my mic arm. It's the two little doodads here that change your directions. They're your transform things. So sometimes when you have a lot of objects selected, you can't tell, like, the widget's all the way down here, but you need to align this face. So the important thing is, like, how do you move your fucking widget? Well, we just realized, that you can just drag it in perspective view. So in perspective view, I hovered on this, middle mouse click on the little gray.
There's a lot of times where I need to relocate them permanently because they're just in like a fucked up spot, and it's going to be a pain in the ass to work with, in which case you can go into the modeling tools and actually like write it into the mesh itself that this is where the pivot should be. But if you don't always want to do that. Sometimes you need to just like make a temporary adjustment like Vince did because it's just in the way or inconvenient or something, and the pivot might actually be set up right, and you don't want to change that permanently.
Yeah, permanent pivot changes are good when you create a brand new asset. It's not good if you're just doing what I'm doing, and I just wanted to like temporarily move it, because then every time your pivot's going to be in this weird fucking spot. So yeah, two different tools, I guess, for like different applications, right? Like you got to use them in slightly different ways.
If I like chop two meshes apart, for example, a lot of the time the pivot ends up being in the same place on both of them after they're broken in half, and it ends up needing to be moved on both to be kind of like bottom center like it's supposed to be. That's the times where I'm permanently moving it. A lot of the time, again, if you have a mesh that's set up correctly, you probably don't want to touch it permanently, but you might just need to for convenience sake, like Ben said.
All right, so we got like kind of some wackiness going on here, but I think it's going to be okay. I have faith, chat. We're starting in 2D, and then we'll turn this into a 3D object. Like, we'll flesh out the branches and do some more interesting things. I'm going to make everything flat right now, and then I'll slightly adjust and move things off so that it's not symmetrical all the way across. But yeah, this is where we're starting. Cool. I'm kind of happy with this. I want to see what this looks like in VR real quick, so I'm going to hop over to that. Let's grab the old Quest guy here. All right, so I can see you guys in pass-through. Let's get this fucking cable off my head. So I can see all my stuff here through these cameras on the front of the HMD, which is awesome. And what I'm going to do here is get back to AirLink. So what this does is this connects my headset to my local network and then to my PC. So what I'm going to do next is, once I get AirLink up and I can look at Unreal, I need to change my screen share, and then I'll show you guys what I see when I'm in editor mode. So this is going to be a little janky. We've never actually tried doing this before on stream for stream purposes. So I think it'll be cool. It'll be neat. All right, I'm good. I'm in there. Oh, dope. Okay, so now what I have to do is come over here to you guys and change my screen share to Hold on 1 second. I can read it, but I need to see slightly better. All right. Yeah, awesome. Okay. So this is what it looks like for me. Hopefully you guys can still see this. Can you see it, chat? Or Tony, can you tell me?
I think we're good.
Okay, awesome. So you guys can see, like, you can't see my hands in here yet, but what this is doing is this is giving me a real, like, feel for how big this tree is. I can already tell you right now, I don't like the trunk thickness. I want it to be much more imposing, but the height is really good. It's like way the fuck up there. It's basically like a 2.5-story building right now, is what it feels like for me. And this branch is like super big. It's basically like half the size of my room, which is pretty cool too. I just noticed that this thing is slightly misaligned, and so is this one. That's annoying. I'll have to fix those. It doesn't really matter, though. That's just futzing, so I'll just leave them alone. Cool. All right, so let's get back out of here. Maybe not. All right, let's go over here, and we'll kill this screen share. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out something a little bit easier for you guys to see what we're doing if we want to keep doing this in the future, but okay, we should be back to the tree view. Sick. Okay.
The tree view. Nice.
Okay, it should be in here. We'll go back to this. So sorry, chat, you can't see what I'm doing right now, but I'm trying to get out of this preview. There we go. Killed it. All right, cool. Perfect. So that what I just did is like the that's our workflow. So like I had to figure out how to stream it to you guys and all that, but that's how we can dev for VR in Unreal, like, you know, basically at the same time as we just built something. You can just do a preview on the VR headset just to get a good idea of scale. So remember, I was saying I want these to be thicker. Oh, what's up, Photon? Thanks for coming through.
And in the same vein, that's obviously that was a little bit of an involved process for him to just, you know, put his headset on and take a look at it. And if you're trying to iterate very quickly, that can be kind of tedious and annoying. And so that's why you've probably seen us messing around in this project too, where it's just set up more like an FPS where we can use it on our computer screen and we don't need to put the headset on. And that's just really to allow us to focus on the stuff that doesn't require VR that we got to set up, like does the multiplayer work and, you know, all of the UI setup and, you know, game state logic and all of that stuff. And so I set up that FPS thing purely so I just don't have to put my headset on over and over and over and over as I'm testing things.
Omni, Tony has one. He uses a space mouse. I use an FPS mouse because I'm a real gamer.
So I bought the space mouse and I haven't like worked it into my workflow as much as I would like to, because I always mostly just forget that it's there because I have so much muscle memory for using a mouse. But the times that I do remember to use it and, you know, actually try to like kind of work it into my workflow, it seems really good. And so I never returned it. It was very expensive and I considered returning it, but I've just kind of told myself like, I'm just going to kind of keep trying to use it and get better at it.
No, it's a really good tool. When I, you know, like all every major studio that I've worked at, environment artists use space mice. They just do. They're just really good. So there are some who don't, and it's all like personal preference. So if it's something you're into, go for it. It's a really cool tool. Nothing wrong with that.
I think it would actually benefit me in video editing a lot, and I've never taken the time to get it set up, but just being able to like zoom in and out of the timeline and move left and right and stuff seems like that would be really good, and I really need to get that figured out.
I like how I said I wasn't going to futz over these, but I can't fucking help myself because it was driving me crazy. As soon as I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. The thing that I'm complaining about, chat, is how this is just slightly misaligned, and I noticed it as soon as I was in VR, but I didn't notice it in perspective view. All right, so that's good. Yeah, and then this one is slightly off too. This happens when you duplicate assets in Unreal. It always happens. So just be aware that it will slightly offset the duplicated asset from the first asset. I'll show you what I mean. So let's grab all these boys. I think we're doing good there. Let's go back to perspective view. Let's see how this shit looks. Looking pretty solid here. I don't know how I feel about the width of this tree branch. It feels kind of like too thin to me. I need to go back into VR just to see real quick if this scale is right. Because I remember, as soon as I popped in there, I was like, the thickness of this tree trunk is not how I want it. So I'm not going to show you guys this just for the sake of brevity, because it's going to be really quick for me to take a look at it. So I'm just going to peek real quick and then come back and tell you guys what my conclusions are. All right, so we in there. Give me that thing. Oh, no, my hands are stuck together. Shit, can't see it.
Skill issue.
Yeah, I'm blinded by screens. Oh, yeah, this is much better. Yeah, it makes me think that this branch is a little anemic now. I might want to make it like thicker towards the trunk itself and kind of match that width, and then kind of taper it down as I go into that direction. But I'm kind of getting into the point where, as I'm like fiddling with these little parts, I don't need to fiddle with these just yet. So I'm going to ignore that for now and just keep going, because I need to flesh the whole tree out, and then I can start changing the branches and shit. So, all right, sick. Let's put my hands over here.
And I'm sure you know this, but you can move that player start somewhere else if you want to get a different perspective too.
Yeah. Let's see. Got this branch. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this one again because it's really easy to just duplicate that shit across. So we'll get rid of that again. Okay, so we got this guy. Looking at this thing. Okay, that seems okay. All right, so I told you guys I was going to show you as soon as I duplicate what happens. It'll be easiest probably in top view. Yeah, okay, perfect. You can see it here. So as I zoom in here, this orange is the new duplicated thing I created, and this teal is the previously existing object. So if you look at this, it's slightly offset by one grid coordinate.
Is that
in
from
one
copy
dimension.
paste?
When you hit duplicate, Control D, it does that.
Okay, if you copy paste, it probably doesn't do that.
Yeah,
I never run into that, but I don't use that duplicate ever, so that's interesting.
Duplicate's basically like what I'm used to doing. I don't know why, but that's just what I do. So it's just Control D.
Like inferior in this case. That's weird.
I remember copy paste having problems with it, but I don't remember what or why. So I was trained to use duplicate. Can't tell you why.
I'm gonna look into that because maybe there is a good reason.
So I've got another branch here. We're gonna flip this motherfucker this way. We're just experimenting right now, chat. Just making some happy accidents, you know? So we're actually just gonna make a few of these. That was a bad idea to duplicate that many times because these are grouped objects. All right, then we'll go up with that one. All right, so we'll duplicate this one. We'll throw that over there. Duplicate this one and do that. Yeah, let's do this. We'll carve it up into fourths. Yeah, that's kind of okay. So I'm just kind of vibing right now, chat, and like exploring, figuring out what seems good, what looks good. I'm not even looking at the reference image right now. Just kind of fucking with this. What I want to do is make this kind of like, as a tree fans out, the boughs like towards the lower end kind of sink. As they come up, they kind of go in the opposite direction, so it ends up fanning kind of like this. And that's really what I'm trying to kind of duplicate here. So this lower one, we do want a little bit of upward motion in. This is not going to be the second lowest branch. I'll scooch it up just a smidge. And I'm trying to just make like 4 different sections and then like flesh out the edges of the tree. So I know that these need to be a little bit longer. These need to be a little farther out. Go like that. We can kind of stare at it from farther back. Yeah, this is looking a little better. We'll go out to like here, grab this piece. Slide this sucker out just a smidge. Go with what, like 200? That's probably better. Cool. Because I did all that alignment in 2D chat, this is making it much easier for me because I already know that most of these things are fine. So let's go. This alignment's gonna be a little funky, but that's okay. We're just blocking out. All right, and then I think this one curves up and probably comes out to about here, and then this one is shorter and curves up. All right, cool. And then we'll work on the crown after that.
Okay, I've been Googling furiously. One of the things I found is that duplicate and copy and paste are exactly the same under the hood. And the other thing I found is that if you have snapping turned on and you duplicate, it tends to shift things to the next snap grid point to like help you identify them, I guess. And if you turn snapping off, it doesn't do that. So we all learned something today, I guess.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. Control D is just easier for me. Maybe it's just like optimal inputs, right? Because if you copy paste, you have to Control C then Control V.
Sure.
So I don't know. Maybe that's why someone was like, dude,
it made me immediately go like, is there something going on here that I'm unaware of that I need to know about or something like that? But I think to your point, it is just like a quicker shortcut. And the snap thing, it seems like they're doing it to like help you, but that seems really annoying to me. So
I'm so used to it, it doesn't bother me. But I think if you're starting out, which is the whole point of like these shows when we do these, if you're starting out and you're trying to learn, use what works best for you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel comfortable with Control D. I also think, Tony, Control D is shared in Unity and some other engines.
oh yeah, I mean that's like you do the same thing in Ableton. And
Yeah,
that's pretty common. Like DaVinci, yeah.
So that's probably why I'm just used to like the, you know, instinctually I'm like I need another one of these Control D. So yeah, that's why I do that instead of copy paste.
The ones that get me are the psychopaths who hold Alt and drag out. I'm
Oh.
like, why do you duplicate things that way? It's
that's
so fucking weird to me.
No, that's really weird. Like that made me uncomfortable when you said that.
You can do it in Photoshop too, and I've always felt the same way. I'm like, that seems like a good way to make like 100 layers accidentally.
That's very weird. All right, then we'll bring this guy down a bit. We'll pull these things. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want these guys here. So chat, I can group these to make like selection a little bit easier, but it's not as useful when I'm doing this fine adjustment work. If I'm like, these branches are perfect, they will never change, that's when I would group it. And then I could take that whole branch and move it around, place it in a new spot. Oh, shit. I am low on chat. Spaceship joysticks and the expansive
I've been keeping up. It's all good.
Okay, sick. All right. Sorry, chat. I'm not trying to ignore you guys. I'm in like focus mode here, trying to do a thing.
I will alert you if your attention is needed. Don't worry.
Let's do 250. That seemed kind of good. And I feel like that needs to be, yeah, I think the second branch is the farthest out it needs to be. So we'll go here. Oh, in chat, if you're wondering, I'm looking over here. So I have 3 27-inch monitors. I have a giant workstation here. My desk is really dirty, otherwise I'd flip my camera around and show you guys. So when I'm looking over here and like using my thumb, I'm just measuring, using my eye to just check like against the scale of our logo, what I'm building here in 3D. So that's what I'm doing. I'm used to that because I trained traditional illustration stuff and like, fine art techniques and shit like that when I was in school. So I'm okay using my thumb as like a measuring reference tool. It's just weird. Not everyone does that. Totally fine. You can, whatever you want to do. Tony, you recommended PureRef, which is also a really fucking cool tool. It's an application that gives you like a separate window that you can basically like drag and make always on top of anything you're doing without interfering with any inputs. So I could take like a picture I need and stick it on the screen that I want, that I'm looking at as I'm like making something. So I've got my reference image right here and I've got my art right here. And so I'm just building straight next to it. It's really,
and it gives
really
you like
cool.
a big, infinitely scrollable canvas that you can fill with images and GIFs and text and I think like videos and web pages and like all sorts of stuff. And you can save presets. So you have different spaces you can move between for different projects and stuff. It's something I've only started using somewhat recently, but it's really nice. And I'm sure every 3D artist in the world is like screaming because I said that. But yeah.
To answer your question, Omni, about designing things, do I like build trees? So what I'm doing right now is technically, so as I block this out, this is a design task. It all varies by team and by studio. There are some designers who are really comfortable making art and they will just make an asset, a 3D asset, like they'll go sculpt it in Max or Maya and then, export it in, as an FBX or whatever extension type they need to, import it, do all their UVs, do all that shit, get it into the engine and be like, here you go, good to go. What I don't like about that as a designer is there are members of the team who are really fucking good at making art because that's their whole job. They're environment artists or character artists or prop artists, whatever. That's what they do all the time. And so I try to be respectful of that and assume that they're going to be able to make something better and faster than I can. So when I block out, what I'm doing is I'm saying, so what I would do after I finish this whole process is I would take our logo, I would take the 3D mesh that I created in the blockout tool, and I would sit down with an artist and say, this is what I'm thinking. This is where I'm at. Go be free and make it yours, but within the direction I just gave you. That's it. And then I would turn them loose, and then, a couple days later, I get a fucking sick-ass tree. So that's the process I'm used to. Like I said, I've absolutely worked at studios where there were very, very skilled designers who can also make 3D models, and they're just as skilled as environment artists. That's totally valid. That's really cool. The issue I have is with, as teams get really big, and I've talked about this, like working on a game like Destiny, you don't really have the oversight, and the art department can be somewhat siloed because there's so many people. So you have to like really respect that process, especially in a bigger studio. In a smaller studio like ours, it's really cool to let those people shine and get really excited and do other tasks that aren't typically in their realm of expertise or what the job that they were hired for, right? Smaller your team is, the more necessary it is for people to wear those multiple hats and do those different jobs. the bigger the team is, the harder it is for that to happen and the more specialized people get. So I guess just another reason why there's a lot of dysfunction in massive AAA studios building a game as a service. You know, you're often not using your, you know, if you think of your employees and your team members as like tools to solve a problem, which is building the software thing, right? Like you're not necessarily using the people's who've got like these other skills. You're not using them the best that you could. And so just being aware of that, thinking about that, and allowing space for it. I think that's one of the really big reasons why at Fractal Grove, like we want to maintain a small team size. We don't, you know, we're not seeking to become an Activision or like, you know, Vivendi Universal. We're not trying to become a global entertainment business. We just want to make art. We want to make shit that we want to make, and we hope that you guys like it. And that's kind of where we're at. And so a part of that is always making sure that our team is small. Everybody knows each other. Everyone wants to work on this project. You know, that's really important, at least to Tony and I, for building out our team and our people we work with. Okay, so very long-winded answer, but I hope that got you, Omni.
I would also chime in there too for things like a normal tree. Like if we were gonna make a forest or a outside scene or something like that, I'd kind of doubt, even if we had artists on our team, that we would pay somebody to make a tree, because I would imagine there's legitimately 10,000 trees that are literally of perfect quality that we could source from a marketplace, or Quixel Mega Scans is something that's built into Unreal that you can use in your games, and those are like 8 to 16K scans of real world textures and objects that you're just free to import. There's like a little tool right in the editor that you can use to grab them and add them into your project. So for something like a tree, especially, or something that is especially very generic and isn't going to be considered quote unquote like a hero item in the game, you know, budget purposes especially, it would probably lead us to trying to source those things from, you know, really high quality existing sources. There's no need to reinvent the wheel on something like that, especially if it's just kind of like a scenery piece in a larger level.
I want to touch on what you said in that description. There's nothing wrong with anything you said. It's totally right. Fully agree. I like that you called it a hero object, because the concept behind that in environment art comes from Disney Imagineering and theme park attraction design. And they actually called it a weenie. And it's exactly the reason why you would imagine that they called it a weenie. So if you've ever been to a Disney park and you see Cinderella's castle, you can see it from pretty much every single place. I'm dead serious, Christina. This is not a joke. So you can see Cinderella's castle from every part of the park, and it's big and it's tall and it stands upright. So they called it a weenie, because it's like a big dick just in the middle of the fucking theme park. Not even kidding. So the industry, and I've heard this more recently, probably in the last like 2 years or so, as sociopolitical issues become more prominent in the workplace and people focus on that instead of focusing on like doing their job and just making some cool shit or whatever, right? I've heard people pivot away and explicitly say, don't say weenie, because it's derogatory or like sexual in nature, and I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like hot dogs are called weenies anyway. So that's my take on it. So there, if you hear someone say hero object or like hero prop or something like that, they mean weenie. If they say weenie, they mean hero prop, hero object. It's all the same.
Are they
same shit?
Two different things though? Because is weenie environment and hero prop is more of like a sword or something that a character has on them?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Because
I think to your point,
I don't know.
I think is probably more what I meant when what I was talking about in like a tree or something being like this big central important environment object. Like that would probably be built bespoke. That's probably more of a weenie than, you know, something like a sword, which I know like the reason that we were talking about a hero object for anybody who doesn't know is that like those really important items in a video game tend to have a much higher quality model and a lot more attention paid to their detail and stuff like that than some random object in the environment. And that's because you're going to spend a lot of time looking at it, and players are going to be very interested in it, and they're going to try to zoom the camera in on it, take a closer look at it and stuff. And they're probably not going to do that with like a random tree or a clay pot or something.
To answer your question, I personally don't know. I've only, you know, like most of my career, I've done level design. I haven't really gotten into character design or like like combatants or sandbox, which is like, this is my, you know, hero character that I play as. I think you're right there. It's, I don't know what the terminology is, Tony, but I think that it's probably pretty accurate and pretty similar to, you know, like, yeah, I bet if you said this is a hero object, they might be like, what do you mean? But if you were in a you know, director position, which you are, like, you could just be like, we need this to be a hero object. And if you just described it that way, the character artist would be just perfectly fine.
Totally. They'd be like, you sound like an idiot, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even think you sound like an idiot. I think that's actually a really good way to explain it, because it helps convey how important this piece is, and that you don't want it to be like, you know, this isn't detritus in the corner that someone's going to look at. It's not a junk sword that has been thrown in the corner is like rusty, right? This is like the legendary sword that you have been, you know, playing the whole game to get and wield on your character. So yes, that should be extra special. So yeah, I think it's valid for what you're saying. But yeah, weenie or hero objects is definitely where I was coming from in my explanation, was all environment art and you know, level design and shit like that. That is maybe too big. Yeah, it's too big. Let's go with 150. That's a little better. All right, we're getting more of our curve here that I was looking for, and I think I want this. Let's go to like 175. Yeah, it's a little better. And then we'll take this guy. We'll go with like 225. We'll take this. Let's move that out just a smidge. So I wasn't happy with the curve that I had going on there. So this top piece needs to be shorter. I'm just going to chop that one off entirely. So now you can kind of see we're getting closer to like the shape of our logo here. We've got this nice round shape. I need to add another crown, or a crown, to the top of this. We'll see. We'll figure that out in a minute. Wait, you guys making some fucking weird Monty Python wood jokes? All right, that's cool. That's fine. Carry on, chat. Enjoy. Grab these things. I think maybe I put 5 in here. Yeah, I want this one to be a little longer, so we'll go out to like 250. Also, chat, I have been like really just feeling a desire. So I have not had a huge desire to play a lot of games lately, like really at all. I've been enjoying Persona 5 a lot. It was recommended by Josh Anime Figurines. It's been really fucking cool. I've been enjoying it. Very different, you know, big change of pace for recreational activities and how I spend my time doing that. So it's been really cool getting back into a robust JRPG. All of that being said, I want to play V Rising. Like, I'm like feeling an itch to play V Rising. And as Tony knows, I don't often get super excited about survival crafting type games, but I just really want to play it. So if you guys are into that and you want to play with us, please let us know. I really, really want to play that shit with a bunch of people. So holler in our Discord. I'm just gonna, yeah, she'll play. I can definitely bully her into playing.
It's a survival crafting game. We won't have to try very hard.
I'm gonna throw a Discord link out there again. I know most of you guys are already in here, but join the Discord. Post in like the Play Together or, you know, the Thursday stream. Either of those channels are good. Say you want to play V Rising, just like, you know, throw it out there. Be like, I'm down. I want to be vampires and do vampire shit on this server. That helps us keep track of it.
Want to do that?
Hell yeah, you absolutely can. It'll be really fun. It appeals to my inner darkness.
Okay, Sparkle's there. I'm there because we played Stardew Valley with Friday and a lot.
Yeah, I heard you guys had a good time.
Sparkle, you can hear me. I was playing Stardew yesterday and the day before. Probably why I fucked up my setup, because I was downstairs and disconnect everything. Stardew while watching TV. That's on me.
That's awesome. That's great. I
don't know if you guys heard that, but Christina was voluntarily gaming by herself. So it's working, chat. We're doing it.
Stardew Valley. I love me some Stardew Valley.
Yeah, they were playing My Inner Darkness, bro. Tony, you want to post the hamburger helper meme? Because that's
Oh my god.
that's My Inner Darkness. It's not actually My Inner Darkness, but yeah. Fuck. I really don't like the shape of this goddamn tree log right now. It's too similar to the other ones. We're gonna get weird. I'm just gonna delete this. Put that one kind of there-ish. Stretch this out to like 250. We'll go back over here. Pull that one back in. Let's give it a little rotato. Yeah, Photon, if you want to play, that'd be sick. I'd like to play more games with you if you're down. It was fun playing Helldivers with you, and I really hope that you enjoyed the Superliminal series. So, yeah, and that's what the Thursday streams are all about. Being honest with you guys, Thursdays are tough. I think for me, because it's hard to tell. Like we get a lot more engagement, or not engagement's like the wrong word. You guys are more active on the Wednesday streams. Like we have more conversations and it's fun and it's cool.
It's because I'm here.
Yeah. The Thursday streams tend to be like real quiet. So I want to give that time to you guys so that you can be like, let's fucking play a game together. Like, we don't always have to be talking business and doing the video game business and how to do all that stuff. Like we can hang out. Like that's a part of this. This is the homie club. Like
I think to that point
y'all are
too,
here supporting us.
it doesn't have to be video games on Thursdays either. That's kind of
Yeah.
the easy fallback for us. But if there was ever anything else that was not games that we could do in some sort of stream capacity, then I think we'd be very into that too.
Absolutely.
It's really just like then set a time for us to hang out with the community and be around for you guys to talk to us and all that.
Yeah, so please don't feel like, you guys are too talkative or anything like that, or like, you're stealing the show. It's not about that at all. I really appreciate it. Everyone's been super respectful. I just want you guys to understand, like, that's your time, like spend that time how you want with us. And that, I think that would make me really happy and be really cool. Let's go 150 here. This guy's too long. Let's delete that. Let's take this one. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll go here. Yeah, I guess to touch back on what Omni was saying, asking about like designing a tree and all that stuff, and we talked about it. Yeah, I don't know. This is like I'm fussing with this, but it's just we're not making a real tree here. Not gonna get too crazy with it. That's a little better. Let's make this like 175. Let's go 200. Yeah, it's looking better. Let's take this. Nah, I just want to do that. Oh, you guys can see Z fighting right here in these two seams. Yeah, so see as I like wiggle around here, see that weird shit going on? That's Z fighting. Cool. So yeah, Photon, I'm not trying to make a real tree. I'm just trying to block out some shit with this. There's too many things in in a 3D tool. So yeah, if I'm like, so the final version of this tree, yes, will be. I did a whole, yeah, I was explaining like a whole thing about that, Photon, because Omni asked a question. He was like, when you're designing this, like, would you typically just build a tree? Would you like go buy a tree? Probably buy a tree. This is a hero object or like a weenie, that we were talking about. So for this to be a big deal, we need to make it a very specific way. And now I already don't like the space that I created here, so I want to make this thing longer, I think. Yeah, we'll go with 50. No, we'll go with 300. Pull this down. Oh, I didn't save for a while, chat. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, Photon. Yeah, no, I'm doing a design blockout. I'm trying to like convey my vision here. Yeah, totally. Yeah, no sweat. Okay, so we'll get this here, go down a little bit, go this way. So yeah, I think philosophically and like emotionally, I would describe myself as an artist. But when it comes to my role on this team, I'm not an artist. There are people who do things better than I can, faster than I can. So yeah, my capacity would be as a creative director. So I'd be like, this is what I'm looking for. So that's why I'm making this, because I need to be like, this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, in Unreal these days too. I've talked about them on some other streams where the modeling tools in Unreal now that you can do most of the stuff that you can do in Blender, Maya, ZBrush, whatnot. They're less purpose built than those things, and then those tools have had years and years and years of iteration and improvement on them. But I think a lot of the workflows and stuff that you're thinking of probably could even be accomplished right in Engine with the right know-how and implementation and stuff like that. But kind of to our point, Vince just wanted to be able to open up the engine today and kind of get something that was in his brain out so that we could consider putting it together for real. And this is kind of the shortest path from A to B for that. So. Because I also kind of feel the same way where for a long time I wanted to be able to just kind of open up Blender and put something together that I was thinking about in my head, and I just didn't really have the skill set, and then it felt like it was just gonna be hours to days of struggling with it before I was gonna eventually be able to get to what I was thinking about. And over time, I've just kind of tried to figure out ways to do it in Unreal that don't involve that, and that's been really cool. But yeah, so it's a lot of learning for sure.
Mm-hmm. I've already started to, in my head, hate this and think it looks like a basketball. So I'm gonna ignore that, and that's why I'm going faster now. Is because I'm too obsessed with like details that I don't like. So just to let you know, like that's how I make decisions as I'm building a thing. I'll be like, okay, I care about this way too much. Fucking let go. Trying to convey something to a different team member than you with a different skill set, so it doesn't fucking matter. Oh, see the widget move back down here. Earlier chat, I was describing how like moving widget is an important thing because like I want to align this edge here, but I mean it's more or less fine. So let's go to this one.
Yeah, it can be annoying when you select multiple meshes like that because it'll put the widget on the last one, and sometimes that's not a very convenient place for it to be.
Why am I aligning that edge? Didn't even need to. So I think the most important part of what this exercise is doing is helping with scale. Because I can go test shit in VR. Which cool. It's like a weird bug thing. That's fine. It's fucking fine. So now I'm going to go take a peek at this again. And for this one, chat, I'll get to sharing this so that you can see. I just tried to move my mouse to my fucking headset UI. One day we'll have a universal interface device that goes between flatten VR and all that. If we need it. I imagine that everything's just going to be taken over by spatial computing. Okay, so we'll do. And I'm in there. Oh, did I need to build lighting still? I kind of feel like I want to build lighting before I do this. Yeah, and I'm going to scooch that back. Just a smidge. Why are you saying Gregor, bro?
Because that's the guy who turns into a cockroach in Metamorphosis by Kafka. And you said it looks like a bug.
Ah, nice. Like it highbrow.
Existentialism, you know?
Yeah, highbrow conversation topics, dude. I've never read Kafka, so. I like it. See, we're smart, chat. You read books. Which, if you don't, you should read books. Books are very good for you. Oh, what is this? Duplicated the end of that log. I hate it. Tony, should I have like WASD controls in VR? Or like glide controls? Okay, cool. So what I'm doing right now, chat, is I'm just scooting this thing over because we're spawning here, where this is the player spawn, and I can't move my character around because we just don't have those controls set up in this test level, which is fine. That's normal. That is a normal part of like the building a video game type process.
Well, it's more because this is the Sacred Geography project, and you don't need to move in that game, so I've never set it up.
I don't know if you spell Kafka that way, Shooty, but I like it. I like that you know Kafka. I need a lens cloth, so 2 seconds. I'm going to clean this. I don't know if it's my eyeballs that are too UHD for these, or if it's the lenses being dirty.
Oh shit!
Ooh, I like
Boom Raid. Let's
go.
Yo,
what's up?
What's up, Boom Raiders?
Good timing, y'all.
Oh man, Boom! I was kind of hoping you were still gonna be live when we got done here soon, and I was gonna come raid you.
I wanted to raid you, Boom.
What a legend.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, so good timing, Boom, and company. What's your community called, Boom? Unhinged Kitties?
The Boomers, dude.
I feel like that's what they're the Boomers. I feel like they should be the Unhinged Kitties. I don't know. Laser Cats? Whatever. You guys are great. I love seeing you. So this is a great time. This is a great time for you guys to join. So what I'm doing is I have been blocking out. So we've been working on a couple VR titles. That's what's on my head. This is my Quest 3. We're making these VR titles in Unreal 5. We're doing bleeding edge stuff. No one else is doing this, at least right now. There's that we know of. No one's publicly announced that they're making these kinds of things. Cool. So what I'm doing is I'm taking our logo, I just posted here. That's our link tree, so that'll take you to our website. And we've got the big Fractal Grove logo. You can see it on our avatar, on our Twitch page and all that. I'm trying to make a 3D visualization of that. So I'm doing a blockout for this. So this is very low quality art. I've just been like slapping these pieces together using a blockout tool and then putting myself into HMD VR Sim, which I'm going to do right now, and show you guys what I see so that I get a good feel for scale of this tree. What we're trying to do is build a VR splash. So you know how when you get a new game or something, you get like the Unreal logo, you get like the Fractal Grove logo, stuff like that, and then you get the menu screen for the game. So what we really like is there's some VR games. Valve made the way Valve does it is like when you see Valve, it's a room. You're in like a 3D space that is a depiction of their logo. So that's what I'm trying to do is a 3D space depiction of the Fractal Grove logo or like our tree. We're making a Fractal Grove that is like just a space to chill in and check it out as you get into the game and the game's loading and all that. So I'm going to hop in here. You guys can see this is my viewport in Unreal right now. This is my jank ass tree. Oh, here, let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of these fucking things. We don't want these. And then just to show you guys the workflow. So it's more steps to show it to you guys, but this is the typical workflows. I put this shit on, I go into Quest Link, and I can just see it. I think, Tony, if you just put your index on, it just works. Yeah, something like that.
Basically, but it's the same thing that happens to you where like it goes into a different window and all of that. But yep, I just have to have Steam VR running.
All right, that's my right hand. We'll go here. Okay, we'll do this real quick. All right, sweet, giant tree. I'm too far away from it. Okay, I want to bring the tree closer before I show you guys. So I'll slide this up again.
So yeah, the plan here is ultimately that we're gonna take this blockout concept and build it for real, quote unquote. We want the tree to be like a cool fractally thing that moves and evolves and stuff like that. But this will be kind of our signature splash screen that we'll add to all of our VR games long term. So Vince had a vision in his brain, and he's mostly just kind of putting together a rough block out so that we can then take that and polish it into something more usable at the end of the day.
There it is. All right, so now you guys should see my Unreal screen kind of go away. Yeah, okay, stream paused. I got to change my video output real quick, and then you guys will be able to see what I see and get a sense of like actual scale for this thing, which is cool because it doesn't come across in flat. It's just very different, and I think that's one of my favorite things about doing VR dev is that you just get, it's just different. It's like a new fucking thing, and it's cool. It's fun. All right, so I'm checking stream. Hey, there we go. Okay. All right. So yeah, this tree is fucking big. These are my hands down here. We don't have that hooked up right now in this level, but otherwise I'd be able to like move my hands around and stuff. So my hands are kind of in my belly button. It's fine. But the tree's really, oh, I slapped my mic. The tree's really big, which is cool. And this is kind of the scale I wanted to go for. And imagine that there's like this canopy just kind of like over your head. I can't move myself around. Again, this is just for prototyping purposes. We're just blocking this out. This level didn't exist before stream today. This is probably taking me about an hour and a half or so, something like that, maybe an hour. But yeah, it's not too crazy work. I'm not getting nuts here. Oh, it looks like there's some object culling over here off the side of the screen. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it doesn't matter. So this is fun. I really like the scale for this. I think that's cool. That's about as tall as I want to get. I don't think I want to go any bigger because then like the canopy just gets lost in the sky. Yeah, and I think it's just about like fleshing out these branches now and kind of like creating a 3D shape, making some thinner, some thicker. Tony wants to do some procedural branch generation, which I think is really cool. We can make this tree itself a fractal, which is fucking cool as shit. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm really happy with where this got so far. I need to make like foliage, maybe like a dome or like a sphere over it, and then just texture the inside of it. I don't know. We'll figure that out. So cool. Let's get out of this. I can't see anything. Go here. Click the link. Oh, I fucked that up. I need to go back in here. Go back there. And I need to hit escape. Hopefully I didn't just break Unreal. I think I broke some shit, guys, because I did this out of order. Yeah, I did this way out of order. So we'll kill that. Go back over here. Sorry, I'm fixing it, guys. I'm fixing it. That. Should be back, Tony.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, sweet. All right, we're back. Give me 2 more seconds, and I gotta just kill my airlink type shit. No, I already killed it, so I think we're good. So there's just a couple more steps you have to do when you do like Quest Link and you're using a Quest to dev in VR. The nice thing is I don't have any cables. I'm just like, I'm free, you know, can like go wherever I want. Be a free range human, you know. Bro, can I get my interface, please? Oh, there it is. Sick. All right, cool. Let me take this off. Get back over here. What do we have for time? We got about 10 minutes left. Yeah, Boom, are you still doing your devathon? What day are you in right now? Okay. Well, I hope it was a successful devathon.
Yeah, I saw you streaming at like 4 o'clock in the morning many times. That's very hardcore. Sweet. Okay. Well, I think that's the tree. I
I could get into some more things. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just do a couple more things, and then we'll wrap this stream up. For those of you who are new and hanging out here, we've got a Discord as well, so please come through the Discord. Drop us a follow, you know, all that shit. Like, subscribe, whatever the fuck. Hit the buttons. I don't know the things. I'm a boomer, so. Oh yeah, and not just a follower of Boom's chat.
But yeah, anybody who's new, we are here every Wednesday, kind of doing dev stream related stuff like this. Vince used to be a game designer at Bungie and worked on Destiny 2. I have been a programmer for a long time and am starting to feel like I know my way around Unreal pretty well. And yeah, we're just here to hang out and answer questions, chat, show off what we've been working on, all that stuff. So if you guys ever need anything, you know, please come through, let us know. We're active on the Discord, definitely available for you guys for whatever.
Oh, do I need to go to 45? I think I need to go to 45. What was that? Hey, thanks for the follow. So yeah, what's up, man? Thank you for coming through. To the point about Destiny, so I made some things in Destiny that are pretty famous. This is not a real gun back here, but this is a prop from one of the missions that I made. I made some very famous missions called The Whisper and 0 Hour. I was the feature lead. Those were my, like, you know, gameplay vision. I was like the design guy, came up with that shit. Anyway, the reason why I mentioned that is because it is back in the game. It was pulled out of the game for a while, for a few years. These things were made like 5 years ago at this point. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, something like 5 years ago. That being said, they're back in the game now. I didn't work on any of those things that, you know, I didn't work on the reprisal for it. So basically my content has been recycled, reimagined, whatever. I've been assured that they just tried to be faithful to it. Cool. We did a stream where I reacted to the announcement and talked about things that I saw that were different. And tomorrow for our gameplay stream from 2 to 4, I'm going to be with a guy who his handle is Old Man Mikowski. He was a professional, semi-professional Halo player, something like that. He played back in the MLG days. He was a co-founder of an esports organization called G1. They competed in several different esports. He's a montage kid. He makes some really cool FPS gameplay clips. He's a sniper wizard, but he requested that I play with him The Whisper, so we're going to do that tomorrow. Hopefully it's not a complete shit show. I don't play Destiny, so I do not have any of my gear leveled up or anything like that. But that's our plan for tomorrow. Is I'm going to be co-streaming with Mikowski, and then kind of like live reacting and just, you know, playing my old mission and seeing what they did with it and being like, cool, this is neat, or, you know, thanks, I hate it, whatever the fuck. Who knows what I'm going to say. To be honest, I'm a little nervous because, like, it was that mission was my baby. Like, I have a lot of emotion attached to like what I built, and it was during you know, a tough time in my life that I built that. So it'll be potentially emotional tomorrow, with how I react and how I feel about the playing Destiny. Yeah, I haven't played Destiny since Shadowkeep. That's also like 5 years ago. It'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting to see. Yeah. Sorry, I started chatting a little too much. Tony, you can put me back up if you want me to, you know,
yeah, all good.
Show what's going on there. Let's go angle snaps. We'll do a 5 here. No, not E, bro. Get out of there. E is not an integer. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's shit. It's shit.
More Scottish.
It's shit. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
It's shit. Disgusting. I don't. Why are you being so difficult, Angle Snaps? Can you not, please? Is about right. All right, and the other thing that I was saying, chat, is I'm not trying to get too like fiddly with this, but I can't help myself because I'm a perfectionist. So I'm like, this angle must be correct. It really doesn't need to be. This is just an idea. Just trying to convey my vision. Completely fucked all that up by moving the wrong goddamn tree branch. All right, let's make sure we got this back in place. We're happy. We are happy. All right, so we're gonna do this whole thing again. Pull this sucker out this way. Get my angle snaps on 5s. I'm just adding another branch here so that we've got a little more depth to the canopy. Okay, we should be 45. Is this not like fucking right here? Oh my god. How do angles work? Chat, who knows geometry? Someone help me with this.
I mean, what do you need?
Nothing. I'm fine.
Game named Sacred Geometry.
Geography, actually.
Yeah, it's Sacred Geography, Christina. Thank you.
My bad.
Can you get our product names right, please?
Sorry. Skill issues today. I'm sorry.
It's just the Greek in her getting mad about geometry and math.
Exactly.
We invented that shit, okay? We're down.
That's what I mean. You're getting defensive about it. You guys made it.
That's my people.
Okay, so we got this thing. Sweet. Let's just keep going. I like what I'm doing with this thing. So let's go here. Duplicate that sucker. Pull it through that way. Give it the old 180 flip. Something kind of like that. That seems good. We'll save this again. Go here. Kind of a idea. Oh, see, I don't. All right. See, I already fucked up. I don't need this back here. I don't know how valuable it is to have that tree branch back there, but who knows? We'll see. Let's put one on every single thing and see how that looks. Because we're experimenting. Let's go. Sure. We'll take this one. No, the ball on this end. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. We got this thing. That can go here, something like that. Save this. Let's look again. I don't want that selected. Okay. All right. Looking a little better. You know what? We're just going to flesh it out. We're going to do the whole thing. We're going to do all them branches. This will be much faster, hopefully. I'll go 45 that way. It's not 45. That seems right. Yeah, that's good. So this is a case where I need to move my widget more towards center this fucking thing so that I can see what the hell's going on. Okay, I see. You go this way a little bit. Hey, cool. That's looking better already. Go back here. Duplicate that. I'm in the wrong view again. I need to go here. Get these guys, and we'll go. There. Oh, another thing for you guys in chat right now. Just lost my train of thought. We've been talking about playing V Rising. I kept thinking Vampire Survivors, and I know that's not it. So if any of you guys, raiders, want to come through and hang out with us tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm playing the Destiny thing. But next week we're trying to get community server V Rising going because I've been really wanting to play that. There is a Castlevania crossover that got announced last week or some shit like that. So playing V Rising with us would be super cool. We already posted the Discord, but I'll post it again. So if you guys want to join Discord and play V Rising with us, boom, you are welcome to as well. Please come through. It'd be really cool if you came and played with us. We'll just see where we're at. We don't even know if we're anywhere near server capacity yet or anything like that, but it just sounds kind of fun. And that's what our Thursdays are about. They're for you guys to hang out with us, hang out with each other, play video games with us. Yeah, it's the whole goal there. The fuck did I do with this? I have to turn snaps off again. God damn it. Oh my god, I made these so fucked up and weird. Oh, it's the other ones that are fucked up. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll just do this. That's fine. Yeah. All right, so we got this, that. Okay. This should be all of these guys. Yeah, there we go. All right, we got a little more stuff happening in the canopy. Yeah, sweet. Okay, let's do the last two sets of branches, and then I think we'll save this and we'll wrap up the stream and call it. Let's do the fucked up one first. Oh shit. Turn off the goddamn snaps. It's like 55, right? It's fucking weird. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Let's go here and just double check this to make sure it's not all fucked up. It's looking good, chat. All right. Go back to this. Now we got those. Let's get down here. This is last set. Okay. Let's see. Let's do the fucked up one first. We'll do that. Sure. Is about right? Oh, it's not right. There Hey, much better. Some big ass tree type shit. All right, so already I don't like that all these branches are on the same thing, so we need a little bit of deviation here. But we're getting much closer to this giant tree. And when you're in VR and you look at this thing is like a 3-story building, so it's pretty cool. And Photon and QOC are fighting in chat. Hell yeah. Sick. I think that's it. I think I'm happy with this tree. We're done with this tree for right now. We keep working on it.
Cool.
But I think scale feels really good. Scale's dope. So we'll have to figure out some other shit about like branches and stuff. And
I think it looks pretty sick, to be honest.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Thank you, Boom. I like that happy banana emote.
Just gonna put us all back
clap.
up here so we can say bye.
Oh shit, yeah, Boom. Okay, Boom and the Boomers. Y'all missed Tony was talking about his nanite stuff that he's been working on. So yeah, he's got this
Neighbor grid stuff. Yeah.
Neighbor grid, yeah. These
I was just
these little like particle ball doodads that are pretty fucking neat. So
Watching an ad right now. Why do I have an ad?
because you don't subscribe to our channel.
What do you mean? I am a sub.
You're not a sub. You're a mod.
No, I said with Prime. What do you mean?
Then you have to do it again. You have to sub every month with Prime.
Asshole. I'll figure that out later.
If you just click the sub button and then you go to like it tells you when your Prime is ready.
Say that like I know what it's
It's underneath the stream window where you would like follow and shit. It's just sub is in there. Oh, Tony's doxing himself right now, showing us his files.
not doxing anything.
Doxing your files, dude.
Yeah, coin for sure. We can't do coins in the chat though.
Yeah, this isn't coin pusher
Yeah.
right now. I just put my neighbor grid into the coin pusher because it's kind of fun to watch.
Oh, fun.
I was gonna put I'll just put this up instead though. I think here real quick.
Orbeez simulator.
Yeah, this one looks cool. Gosh, come on.
It's working. Looks good.
Yeah, I was just trying to make it bigger. There we go.
Nice. She twirling.
So, yeah.
Well, sweet. Yeah, I think that's all we've got for today, chat. If you guys want to watch me play some Destiny and probably regret it, come through tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, Destiny was a really big part of my life for a while. I got this prop gun back here. I've got all kinds of Destiny shit everywhere. Yeah, I worked on the game for a long time. I made some really cool and beloved things in that game, and it'll be very strange to return to it after, 5+ years of time. So, cool. Should be an emotional and exciting stream.
It's also a rare opportunity to see a game designer who plays a lot of the game that they designed talk about that game and provide insight on it and stuff, which I don't think there's many chances in your life that you're going to get to do that. And back when Vince and I used to like hang out and play Destiny for literally thousands of hours together, he would tell me about how just like most of the people at the studio didn't really play the game as much as he did. And I've found throughout experience over time too that I think that's just the case because of people being really busy and kind of burnt out on it and stuff like that. So yeah, should be really cool.
Awesome. I appreciate that, Tony. Yeah. Any closing thoughts? Christina, do you want to talk to Boom about Chalupa dancing?
I'll send him the clip of it, but I do want to show off my DMX cup.
Oh shit. Okay.
in that.
Oh shit, RIP.
Yeah, ride or die.
Yeah. I found this at a thrift store for $2, and I was very happy about it.
That's amazing. Very good thrift store find. So yeah, okay. Destiny stream tomorrow. I really want to start playing V Rising. And I think we can get like 8 players into a server. So if you want to come in.
Oh no, it's like 40.
Oh, it's 40
or something.
Shit, that's even cooler. So yeah, we can have a fuck ton of people in there. So if y'all want to hop in and come play with us, it'd be really, really fun. And we can try to keep the server up like longer than normal. Come through for the co-stream tomorrow. I don't know how long it's going to be. The Whisper activity only has a 40-minute timer now, so I imagine we'll probably get through it in about 30-40 minutes, and then maybe chat for a little bit, and then we'll come back to our stream and end the co-stream. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And then join the Discord, follow, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you for everyone's support. You guys are really awesome. Really appreciate the raid boom. Really appreciate all you raiders coming through, dropping follows too. You guys are awesome. Yeah.
Artificial Sky was in here earlier.
Who was in here?
You're the best. Artificial Sky was in here earlier. He's still the OG. Boom, definitely, probably the only other OG. Everybody else needs to step it up. So.
It's been a good stream.
We appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I hope you guys enjoyed like watching me make a tree blackout thing and all that. So cool. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. Thanks everybody.
Thanks, chat.